Welcome to the Sandler Training Hour. You're with Jim and Jason Stevens. And Jim, we're back in action after spending last week in Florida for the Sandler Selling Summit. And I wanted to bring that up as we started out with because they've set the timeline for next year's summit, which will be April 12th and 13th in Orlando. To give context for the listeners, the Sandler Summit event is our annual sales kickoff meeting as an organization, and it's an infectious state of affairs with a bunch of Sandler trainers as well as keynote speakers that really hammer a lot of different behaviors and attitudes and techniques in practice, and then give examples during their talks of how you can improve your role in your selling role. Blown away this year. What were your thoughts?
Well, I have a lot of thoughts. One is the timing of it couldn't have been worse with weather. I mean,
Mm,
there were so it's an event that involves not just Sandler trainers but clients from all over. So usually there's 11, 1,200 people, and it really is powerful and impactful. And I'd highly encourage anybody who's interested in developing their own skill set and getting to a warmer climate, reach out to us. I think you'd have a great, fulfilling time. But I don't know how many, Jason, but I would guess maybe 300 people were absent because of the tough connections with weather. But in spite of that, it was a great conference. One of the things that I really appreciate about it is in Sandler, we are a training program and we eat our own dog food. We go to training ourselves 3 times a year, and this is one of our key elements. And we get to hear from keynote speakers. And you would think after I've been in Sandler for over 25 years, you'd think after 25 years you've heard everything. But
mm.
this is such a powerful group of people. We are all constantly growing and developing and innovating. And you can hear the same speaker multiple times, and each time they're elevating their game and elevating their insights. I walked away from every session thinking I was enriched, I was enlightened, and I saw things from a new perspective. And this is from a Sandler trainer of 25 plus years. So
Yeah.
really thought it was a great, great event.
Yeah, they had a particular lean towards AI, and I know last year that they had leaned in as well, but so much of it was conceptual, and this year it touched a little bit more on practical application as well as idealized visions of the future. But those aren't the only tracks. Like technology exists in its own bubble, and then they had four separate tracks, some for developing yourself as a leader, some for developing your sales and sales behaviors. And fundamentally, I thought it would, to all of your points, I think that you're hitting on something key, which is when you spend time in a space thinking about something, to see then other people bring an excellent version of that thing can really be an enlightening moment and a reminder of the power of continued toiling toward mastery.
I love that word toiling because it is work, right?
Mhm.
And mastery is something that if we aren't aggressively working towards, we should.
Yeah.
Mastery is understanding a subject in my definition, understanding a subject to the point that it the substance of the subject naturally flows from you, and you have the curiosity to dig deeper and find out what don't I know that would enhance my skill and ability. And it's really sharpening the saw in the very best context. Our keynote speaker was, and I don't have her name in front of me. I don't know if you,
Rebecca Heiss.
yeah, she did a topic on stress management. I thought that was awesome. Some of the insights that she provided were very telling. Any takeaways from her talk for you, Jason?
One of her main takeaways was that we are conditioned to live in flight or fight modes at all times, just based on the history of our species, and it served us well for millions of years or hundreds of thousands of years at least, but certainly serves us less well while we're working behind screens and talking on phones as part of our daily tasks to live, because you're still having flight or fight responses just to communication. And
Yeah.
her main point there was, if this is the case, well, we need to have a strategy to get out of flight or fight. And her example was no one felt curious while a tiger is running at them, and you can't exist in both fear and curiosity at the same time. And so it's imperative on all of us to figure out a way, how do we be more curious? How do we exist in a state of curiosity and sort of salvage or at least save ourselves from some of the agony that comes from perpetually moving between a flight or fight response while trying to survive in
Yeah.
survival mode, essentially.
Yeah, and then we had keynote speakers like Glenn Mattson, who his talk was outstanding. However, we're in a brand new hotel, and in the middle of his talk, the alarms start flashing. There was a fire alarm, and in spite of this, Glenn delivers a home run message
Yeah.
that was really powerful. But I think at an event like this, the most powerful transformations don't occur in the training session. They occur afterwards in breakouts
Mhm.
and just in interacting with other people, lunch and dinner, and there's a hosted happy hour. Those type of events really let you start to see the community of people around the Sandler topic and theme. And these are people who have journeyed through the buyer seller dance and
Yeah.
have realized that there is a better solution. There is a better way to manage the client engagement than allowing the client lead. And that better engagement is to our rule is this: if you're going to dance, lead. So
Mhm.
learn how to be the partner in the dance that leads the buyer to a conclusion. Either yes, we're a good fit, or no, we're not. Either one is a great outcome, but having the structure to do that eliminates so much time, wasted energy, and emotional fuel that happens on the roller coaster of they loved me, but now I'm being ghosted.
Yeah. And I mean, to your point, these are people who have committed to the Sandler methodology and understand its value. We talked to a lot of people who had brought or to a lot of Sandler trainers whose clients have been coming to the summit event since they started with Sandler. And this is their annual version of their own sales kickoff meeting for their organization. And I think that there's just a lot of value in being around people who all believe in the same thing. The counterexample I would bring to this is, we were talking with one of our clients earlier this week, and he was talking about how interested he was in what's going on in technology and AI in particular. And so we were asking, well, who else in the company is interested? And it was very clear that like it's a non-starter for some people. And when you're interested in something, the worst thing that can happen is that you want to share about it and other people don't care.
Yeah, yeah,
That's just such an emotional drain.
yeah.
And it's so hard to sustain interest and curiosity when you're pushing uphill to share your point of view around it. So it's really powerful. It's a good place for discovery. And I would say, based on some of the commentary I heard, it's a lot nicer than maybe it was 20 years ago, 30.
Yeah, so the Sandler, along with the Sandler trainers evolving, the Sandler conference and
Yeah.
material is constantly evolving as well. So very excited about coming back from that training, about the direction that Sandler as a brand nationally is heading, and the opportunities that are available through access to the brand by all of our clients. So we're going to make it a push this next year to see if we can't recruit more of our clients to participate in the client summit. It's been a long time since we've had clients attend. Being on the West Coast, we it's a much longer pilgrimage
Yeah.
than it is for people that are on that East Coast, but well worth the time and financial investment. If you are interested, I don't know what the cost is, somewhere around $1,000 plus travel, but man, you will get 10 times that value out of it.
Yeah, just reach out to us and we're at the end. So it, if you, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for continuing to listen. Reach out to us at any point. You can reach us at jason.stevens, Stephens, at sandler.com, Sandler. Otherwise, good selling and good luck out there.